right, Black and White Network supporters. Well, sometimes I want to make a video just because I want to see the response from you, the viewers. What are the comments going to be like? I saw this. I'm in Texas, and I'm like, how would I have handled this? Um, this is one of the stranger things I have seen happened, and it did happen in a place called Carrollton, Texas, and I know where that's at. That's up sort of outside of Dallas. One of the suburbs of Dallas, but it's still a populated area. I will tell you, at night, I think a lot of people, I'm just going to keep it real. Some people might fire a warning shot. That's all I'm saying. All right. Somebody's going to answer the door and be like, you need to get off my property very quickly. Okay. But if you're a woman answering the door like this lady, and I think she's an older lady, I don't know that that's going to be your response. She's afraid to leave her house now, and this is pretty wild. And you see that headline right there on the Blaze. Texas homeowner creeped out at doorbell video showing a man in a red goat mask bearing an apocalyptic Bible message. Yikes. I mean, look, I really like horror movies. There's a horror movie out there called The Strangers. And it's sort of a home invasion kind of movie, and they're all wearing these different masks in this movie. I think they're remaking it or making a sequel right now. I don't know. But I saw this, and it really raised my eyebrows. I was like, wow, that's not that far from me, folks. About an hour and maybe 40 minutes or so. I suspect country folks, if this is out, look, a lot of us live out in the middle of nowhere here, right? Yeah, you've got houses around, but, I'm about 8 miles outside of an actual city, and it gets very rural very quickly in Texas. So just so you know what we're talking about, just so you have a frame of reference, devil at the door is what this is being called. This was CBS Texas. Check this dude out.
Security cameras as doorbells
Walk
around
into the
homes
door.
today, but one person we met saw this on her doorbell camera. Somebody in that mask holding a sign with a Bible verse on it. Our Aaron Jones hearing from the Carrollton homeowner tonight, who has one very simple question. Why?
Okay, so, I mean, obviously that's coming across as some kind of a devil mask. That's what I would think, right? And I would feel individual that's a threat, I believe. I think it could be construed as a threat. Now, the police, I guess, didn't agree with that. They said that no crime was actually committed. That sort of surprised me, right? But I guess technically maybe not. I feel like it's a threat, personally speaking, and that the homeowner should be able to defend themselves in a situation like this. All right? But that's my take anyway. A stranger terrified a Texas homeowner by ringing their doorbell while wearing a creepy mask bearing a message from Scripture. The homeowner spoke to KTVT TV about the incident, but did not want to be identified because she's so frightened by the video from Saturday. I'm scared. I'm scared to leave the house. I'm scared to be at the house. That is not a way to live. It's not. The woman said she had just gone out to dinner with her husband. They were returning home when she got a notice at about 8 p.m. from their Ring doorbell camera. It indicated that someone was outside the home near the West Hebron Parkway in Carrollton. When she looked at the video, she saw a man in a bizarre red goat mask carrying a sign with biblical scripture verse scrawled on it. He had walked to the front door by walking through the side yard. Quote, the person popped up on video that with that goat mask on, and they were approaching my door. The masked man pretended to knock on the door and then held up a sign to the camera. It read Revelations 21 through 25. Quote, it's about the end of time, she said. It's about Judgment Day. A lot of us felt like the end of times could be coming, I know I've heard my wife say that. Quote, it's a judgment day. It's about judgment day. I freaked out. I mean, I couldn't even think of anything. So she freaked out. She was frightened. She said she called the Carrollton police, but the man had fled by the time officers arrived. They investigated, but decided that no crime had actually been committed. That's interesting. I would have thought you could have construed that as a threat, really. I'm scared, she said. I'm scared to leave the house. I'm scared to be at the house. Police said they were monitoring the situation. One neighbor told KTVT the incident was frightening. Quote, it's really scary, said Gloria Johns. I'm not aware of anything like this ever happening, and I hope they catch him. Well, they considered it to not be a crime. So, I mean, are they really looking for him? Doesn't sound like actively. Online users commented that the prank was a good way to get shot in Texas. That's kind of what I thought. The bizarre video surveillance can be viewed, and we just looked at it, so you could see the guy approaching the house. And I saw this, and it really raised my eyebrows. In this day and time, yikes! You're in Texas. I know there's some gray area about if you do certain things at night, it can influence a crime and how it's viewed and things of that nature. This was at night. I don't know how the police looks at that and doesn't take that as some kind of a threat, because I think it is, personally speaking, right? I take that as a threat. And, I mean, I know a lot of people would have saw that person out there wearing that goat mask, and frankly, they would have made lamb chops out of that person, okay? I'm just saying. It might have gone really bad if that was just a prank. That could have gone really bad really fast, and then what side of the law is going to be on what? I think if you're in more like a rural Texas town, that area up that way, I think Carrollton might be red, but I'm not sure exactly. I'd have to bring up the demographic map, which is something we have looked at a lot on this channel, especially during live streams, because me and John are both in Texas. But I saw this, and it was fascinating and creepy, and there's just a lot of things that go through your mind in this day and time when I see something like this, and I'm like, I just think if somebody like this showed up in a more rural setting, like out where I'm at right here, and they got blasted, let's just put it that way, how would that be viewed exactly? Because I almost feel like the redder area that you were in, the more that would have been treated as a more, I feel like that's a threat. I really do. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it is a prank, but you got to be honest. There's something very sinister about that kind of prank. We're not talking rolling toilet paper on pine trees. No, we're not, right? Or knocking on the door and leaving some flaming dog poop like back in the day. We're not, that's not what we're talking about, right? Everybody knows that kind of thing is a prank. In this day and time, with what we've seen on TV, shit, that feels threatening to me. But I'm very interested to see the response on this video. I really am. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.